Hello and welcome in. So, what we're going to do over the course of this short video is go over the app invitation so that way you're set up for success. And then we're also going to kind of break down how to utilize the app, right? Navigating, how to use a couple of the features that are inside of it too. So, let's dive in. So, first and foremost, the app invitation will be sent to your email. So, be sure to check it. Accept the invitation, and then what it's going to do is prompt you to fill out your information, right? It's also going to kind of give you some steps on how to utilize the app, so make sure you pay attention to that while you're going through it. If you haven't found it, you can also go to the App Store. Now, this is going to be on iOS and Android. It's going to say Valkyrie Fitness and Nutrition. So go ahead, click on that, and then download it. So that's what the logo will look like right on your home screen. So as you can see here, all right, we're going to break down how to navigate the app. So I got my phone on screen share currently. You'll see the daily nutrition goals. So how do you import this? Like, how do you add your food? You just select on there. It's going to pull it up. You can go in to add a meal. It's going to ask for photos. You don't have to add a photo to every single meal. You can also say skip. You can see I already imported some stuff in there. Now, a really key feature that we have inside of this app, which is relatively new, is we do have an AI analysis on food. So what that means is everything's going to come at custom, but the cool part is, right, let me get out of this, discard. So if you guys want, there's a couple ways you can use this, right? If we have this as an AI meal analysis here on the habit tracker, that'll be one way. If you don't see that, then what you're going to end up doing is you're going to click on the little head at the bottom, and you can see I've done this, right? So ultimately, like, I made my little ground chicken Caesar wrap tacos. So easy to make. It takes like 2 seconds. Actually really good. So what you can see is I did / meal help, and then I added the photo in. So that's one thing you're going to have to make sure you're going to do, right? You're going to click on the photo. It's not going to let me do this here, but it'll let you click on the photo, and then basically it'll have you add the photo, and you can see what I did, right? You can add in giving it information, right? 3 ground chicken Caesar wraps, flour tortillas with a tablespoon of each of Caesar dressing. And then it basically breaks down the food analysis, right? So it gave me feedback. It gave me nutrition feedback. So this is really helpful if you're someone that is on the go. Ultimately, it's not going to always be perfect, right? I want you guys to really understand this is a really great tool. But if we rely on this too heavily, it's just going to make it difficult in the long run. But this is great. It's a great thing to utilize when you're out in the field, when you have to grab and go. If your squad is making food and you have no clue what, Tim made for dinner, so you take a snapshot of it, get as close as you can, estimate wise, and it's going to give you a pretty, this is like 95 to 97% accurate, so it's pretty on point. But ultimately, right, at the end of the day, if you weigh your food, you're going to get the most information from that data wise. So another thing is too, we do have an AI assistant. So if you want to ask it questions, you can type in, hey Valkyrie. Now this is not going to give you everything your coach is going to give you, but if you have certain questions and you want to ask it, you can. From that point, it'll give you some quick information. A lot of times what it's going to do is it's going to route you back to our coaches, right? Because that's what we're here for, is to give you information. But if you just have a quick question, you can use Hey Valkyrie and it will populate. But I will tell you, most of the information you're going to get from your coach, and you can reach your coach inside of here as well, right? So how do you communicate with your coach? You're just going to be like, hey, I have a question about my workouts. All right, and then what that's going to do, you'll hit send. Your coach will see that, okay? Right, see, I'm messaging myself. So the meal analysis we talked about, your AI assistant, again, this is great for after hours where maybe your coaches might not be on and you just have like a quick question you want answered. We're still going to see the message. So at the next day, like, we're going to be like, oh, okay, like, I saw you got your question answered, that get everything for you. Like, did you have any other specific questions? But we wanted to add in an extra assistant because we have so many people working night shift. But at the same time too, is like we can actually see what you guys are talking about too. All right, so that is the ins and outs of a lot of the new features that we just implemented. So you can see here, right, my progress, how much sleep, where my body weight is, my body fat percentage, my caloric intake, my resting heart rate, my caloric burn, achievements that are going through. You'll see here there's a calendar. Obviously, I don't have anything really in here, but I do have my workouts, right? So I have a push, I have a pull, and I have a leg day currently set in here because I've been testing a bunch of stuff within this software. But you can see down here is things that we incorporate as well, right? If you're someone that struggles with your mobility, if you're someone that travels, you're going to find that we're going to plug in some additional workouts that you can kind of grab from on top of what we call your master program. So that's where your main workouts are going to be, but we're going to add additional things in here too at the bottom that you can do throughout the week as well. All right, here it's going to kind of show you like your goals. This is another extra feature. We won't use this too often, honestly, because I have over 300 meal guides. So ultimately, right, it's pretty easy to work through. You can see if you click the three dots where it kind of goes through everything with you here as well. You can also connect your Fitbit, your Apple Watch, things of that nature. But like I said, when you're in the dashboard, you can log everything right here. So we don't need to really connect anything else. All your features will be pretty much right on this here and right here with your main, with nutrition and your workouts, and obviously the communication will be right there as well. If you have any questions, just forward it over to your coach, right? We're here to help you throughout the entirety of this program. We're great with communication. Your coach will dive into things even more on the onboarding call, but I just wanted to break down a little bit of the features inside of the app, so that way it gives you a really good idea and a couple things that you can do. Again, your coach is going to dive into how to use the meal analysis. It's a great upgraded feature that we literally just launched, so it's going to help with your busy profession ultimately. I'm just going to really help you understand food even more than you probably ever thought possible. All right, so again, every day we want you to communicate, to make sure you're getting your questions answered, and ultimately at the end of this have massive results, right? That's what we came here for. We came here for massive results, massive help. But if we're not sure on where you need the most assistance on, then right, the communication is going to be the ultimate factor on us getting you going in the right direction. And we have tons, and your coach, again, is going to break this down in the onboarding call, but we have tons of ways for you to get assistance, help between the course, between myself, between them. It's really hard not to get the help that you need. And also the community. The community is going to be huge and really, really important when it comes to having other people who are going through very similar situations as you, same jobs, and maybe even some similar struggles, right? That's why I built this program. It was to build a community full of women that struggle in these male-dominated fields or 12-hour shifts or working nights, and having other people who are actually when you get in the community, absolutely crushing it and showing you, hey, this is what I've learned from the program to fast track you even more. So that's what I mean. When it comes to getting results, just plug in, right? I know it's hard when you have things going on in your life, but plug in during this time because it will help you and it will go by really fast. Okay, so again, congrats on jumping in. Use this software to your advantage. There's a lot of things that we are continuing to upgrade inside of my program. So let's get at it and, ask us any questions that you need.